Ta-da! And back at you with another video, and welcome to another edition of Stop the Capping. I am your host, Ahmad. And tonight's topic, I want to talk about why do women use deceitful means to earn a living? Once again, why do women use deceitful means to earn a living? And what made me want to talk about this topic is because we're having too many incidents where women are using or alleging sexual assault or rape, but not doing it in a timely manner. And my thing is, the law has now adapted itself to allow these women to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years with grace, using these emotional distress type of activities. Help me make that make sense. And a lot of men don't want to touch on the subject because it's a woman thing, and it's like a sensitivity and all this YouTube movement. The truth is the truth, and bullshit is bullshit. You're taking an individual to court for monetary funds, but you're not prosecuting the individual for criminal activities. Why would you? Why is a woman now using deceitful means to earn a living? And why is society allowing this to go unpunished or go the way it is? If society allows these things to go into play, they're only breathing this type of mentality or this type of behavior in women. If society starts allowing a woman to hide a situation 5, 6, 7 years later, or 5, 6, 7 months later, and then come out and say, "Oh, well, I now have the courage to come forward," that shouldn't be allowed. I totally disagree with our justice system. I think that is like an egregious um, way to establish law. If you have been seriously offended, hurt, attacked, molested, raped, you should be reporting this within 72 hours. Any allegations of rape, molestation, assault rape, forced rape, incest rape, woman, girl, child should have 72 hours first to report it. Second, go to the hospital. But I don't think society should just let a woman go 6, 7, 8, 9 months, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later, and then turn around and report the allegations. I think if the law is changed where you have to report it within 72 hours, a lot more women would have to be forced to come forward much sooner instead of waiting 6, 7 months, 5, 6, 7 years later, 10, 9 years later, and then report it. It just don't seem like justice to me when it's allowed to go so long, when so much time is allowed to go on. All of a sudden, your life is not where it's supposed to be. You're not financially set like you want to. So you think in the back of your mind, oh, yeah. I do remember I told this guy no, and he took it. I said no. We was about to do it, but I changed my mind. I said no. Yeah, I'm gonna now. Let me bring it up. I don't like that type of justice. I think that is the most shittiest form of justice that we have in the United States, and it breeds corruption. It breeds lies. It breeds deceit. We allowed to go so long before reporting the incident. We allowed to go so long without bringing it up. No, I think there should be a time limit on it. And the longer you wait, the less, if you're trying to sue for monetary damage, the less you receive because the longer you wait. So I think you should only be allowed 72 hours, in my personal opinion. Unfortunately, society, those who make the laws, make the rules, have given these women too much grace and too much time, and it allows too much shenanigans to creep up. It allows too much nonsense to creep up. It allows too much foolishness and deceit to creep up. I think you should only be allowed 72 hours. If you wait longer than 72 hours, you can't bring it back up. You can't come up 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, even 10 years later and talk about you were sexually raped. No, I think that needs to be stopped ASAP. Now, once again, another individual, another woman who was dealing with Shannon Sharp, and people keep calling these relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're dealing with a OnlyFans uh, content creator, that is not a relationship. That woman is not intertwining with you based on because she just like you. There is monetary funds being exchanged for the time and company that this woman giving you. She just ain't talking to you because she wants to be your friend. OnlyFans is doing whatever it is, conversation, a sexual act, sexual favors, showing you something, displaying something. They're doing it for monetary gains. That is not a relationship. That is a contract between two individuals, and it's supposedly of legal age. Of legal age. Some of these women want to call themselves models. Bullshit. You have changed the wording of prostitution to OnlyFans, in my opinion, because the conduct and behavior that you're doing is the same thing as a call girl, is the same thing as a prostitute. You're doing some type of sexual activities for monetary funding. And that is point blank and period. You're not doing it because you like that person. You're doing it with the sole purpose of gaining funding. Money. Let's make it point blank and period clear. You're doing this activity for money. And to wait 6, 7 months, and the first person you would go to is a lawyer, not the police. You don't file a criminal case. You go to a lawyer 7, 8 months later, and then you report a sexual assault because because some bullshit law is on the books. To me, our society is stupidity of the highest order. Those legislation who are in office to help run our country here in the United States, they make laws out of stupidity. And it's not benefiting the victim. It's benefiting the courts and those who making suits. Because guess what? Every time some bullshit accusation like this comes up, the court makes money. Someone has to file money. Paperwork has to be done, money. Attorneys on both sides have to be hired, money. At the end of the day, all of it is bullshit. And it's bullshit of the highest order, as far as I'm concerned. It is bullshit of the highest order, and it needs to stop. We need to stop allowing these women to use these deceitful means because laws are on the book that allows them to do this foolishness and bullshit that they're not doing. We need to stop this, and we need to stop letting it happen. Women should not be allowed to continue on with this type of nonsense and foolishness with these lawsuits and these allegations from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago. That is stupidity of the highest order, and we do some of the dumbest things here in the United States. And we're talking about to protect the victim. Bullshit. It's foolishness, and it's foolishness of the highest order, and it needs to stop. These OnlyFans, that stuff needs to be illegal. That is nothing but pornography. That is nothing but prostitution hidden behind a fancy word. Because trust me, if a woman is online showing her ass, a woman for money, trust and believe me, she will do something else for money. Listen to what I'm saying. If a woman will get online, show her ass for money, she will do anything else for money. I don't care if it's the right amount of money, it's still money at the end of the day, and she's still doing it. And it's bullshit. And then when you don't get what you think you worthy of, now you want to go out and make it a sexual assault case out of the shit. As far as I'm concerned, it's like a criminal enterprise. It's a shakedown. Now a woman just becoming their own pimps. As far as I'm concerned, now you just a pimp. I'm gonna get my money one way or another. You either gonna pay me, or I'm going to the courts and say you raped me, you sexually assault me. I'm gonna get my money one way or another, and that's bullshit of the highest order, as far as I'm concerned. Straight up bullshit. And we as men, we sitting around here allowing this stuff to go on, left, right, and center. And I can tell you right now, it's not black men that are allowing these laws into effect. It's these old cheesy Caucasian men who putting these laws in effect, who think these laws are not going to be affected them. But if you look at the last 6, 7, 8, 9 cases, they've been involved in it too. They're the ones caught up in that foolishness. They're the one being sought after for this nonsense. They're the one being taken down off their high places with this foolishness. You don't want somebody in office or somebody in the position. All you gotta do is find a woman who's got some dirt on you, offer her a little side money, and next thing you know, now you got a case. Whether she wins the case or not, now your image is tarnished. Now you have to revamp yourself, rebuild yourself, offer foolishness, offer lies, offer deceit. And society is letting these women create this deceit, create this nonsense and foolishness of the highest order. It's women doing this foolishness, perpetuating this nonsense. So my topic today is why are women being allowed to continue this deceitful behavior of making allegations 5, 6, 7 months, 5, 6, 7 years later, and now they seeking enormous amount of damages and monetary funding. But it's only done for the wealthy. If a man's a broke dick, you ain't running. You ain't running. You're not running for no, because he ain't got no money. So what are you doing? You're a broke dick. What you doing now? Right. You're not even messing with them. These women out here know what they're doing. Men, stop getting caught up with this bullshit. These women out here do not love you. They only out here for the money. That's why it's called OnlyFans. They need to change that shit to only money, because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's only money. That's my topic for today. If you got any comments, opinions, please put it in the comment section. Let me hear and let those who else out there hear and see your opinion. You never know. Your opinion might stop a young man or stop a young woman from engaging in activities like that. Stop a young man from getting on these websites, indulging themselves with this foolishness as nonsense and getting caught up in the stupidity perpetrated by women who only seeking money. Thank you for watching tonight's episode. I'm cutting it short today. Peace. I'm out of here. Good night.